So welcome to another Chris show. Make sure you subscribe, you have the notification bell turned on, so as soon as I drop these videos, you can like and participate in the comment section. As for news in the last week, it's been a lot of up and down. There's been some news, but not enough news that it was breaking news or I need to make a video about it. But in the last day or two, there's been enough news with this Steve Bannon stuff. We have Trump going after Goodyear, and apparently someone that was against cancel culture is now for cancel culture when they're against Trump, but we know how those things play. But what this video is mainly in particular about is who is Steve Bannon and why is he being arrested? Now, if you're a person that follows politics, you follow it closely, you definitely know who Steve Bannon is. If you don't, let me give you a refresher. He's a former advisor and architect of Trump's 2016 campaign. You know, make America great again. You know, he's gonna build the wall to keep out illegal immigrants. You know, it's just whatever it was to make America great. So Steve Bannon, he was in charge of the Build the Wall campaign, and apparently when he was getting money for the donations and all that other stuff, instead of, you know, setting it aside for the actual wall that was never going to be built, he was like, hey, I need to pay my personal expenses off. So this man spent nearly $1 million in funding that wasn't his for his own personal expenses. Now you know whose money was going into that? People that I don't care about, people that I don't agree with. Obviously they want to keep illegals out. They're trying to build this wall. They're doing whatever it takes to keep America divided. It's just funny that Trump's boy was out here worrying about his own self-gain. So he was arrested today. He was ironically arrested his $35 million yacht, so you already know he was swindling. He's probably doing this for a long time, and he's finally been caught up. Now my thing is with you guys, we know Trump has been doing illegal and fishy shit. He didn't want to give up his tax return. He's been talking with Putin. Now my thing is, if Trump loses in November and you know, like, things start coming out after he's no longer president, how much more sketchy or fishy stuff do you think we're going to be hearing in the next upcoming months? Also, do you think Trump played any part in this or knew anything about what Steve was doing? I mean, personally, I think Trump's an idiot, so I don't know if he even had hands on or did anything with it. But you hired the person, and you are bringing people around that are corrupt and ignorant just like you, and no wonder they did corrupt and ignorant things just like you did, or when you were trying to shut down the postal service and then you're like, oh, I'm actually trying to save the post office. You think you're smarter than everyone when you're not, Trump. That's the issue. You're not smarter than us. You think you are. You got your believers and idiots, you know, bootlicking and doing whatever you want to do, but for the rest of America, we're not buying your bullshit. We're not buying what you're selling. You keep trying to act like you want to save the post office. We know you don't. You keep acting like you care about Americans. We know you only care about people that are wealthy. We know we only care about people that support you. You don't care about the majority. If you did, the coronavirus fiasco would not be where it is today, because other countries are getting back to normal, but America is still in the gutter. It's still shit, and that's because of you, Trump. Also, something to think about, if Trump does happen to be reelected, there's no way Steve Bannon's gonna serve any time. He will pardon him or do whatever it takes. So hopefully with Joe Biden and Kamala getting office, this man will be prosecuted. He'll be charged, because we know if Trump is in office, he'll be like, let's give this guy a slap on the wrist and let's pardon him. Bannon joins a growing list of people that have been under Trump that have been arrested or been in fraudulent things. Instead of trying to think of all their names, I'm just gonna reiterate it. He joins Paul Manafort, Mr. Trump's former campaign manager. He joins Michael T. Flynn, the former national security advisor, and Michael D. Cohen, Mr. Trump's one-time lawyer and fixer. So that's what I'm saying. Trump has a history of putting himself around people that are doing bad things, illegal things they shouldn't be doing. I mean, he did things he shouldn't be doing when he was talking to Putin, rigged the elections. The point being is, man, you guys wanted the White House to be ran like a business. Well, it's being ran like a business. It's being ran like a white-collar, corrupt business where things happen, where people are laundering money for their own gain, where people are only in for their own self-interest. They're not in it for the country. They're not in it for America. They're in it for their own self-interest. And I hope you guys are happy. I hope this is what making America great was, because 4 years later, I don't see anything that's great. I don't see anything that's better. I just see a whole bunch of divide, and I see a whole bunch of lies and a whole bunch of bullshit being spewed on a daily basis, and I'm sick of it. So yeah, I will give you guys any updates on this Steve Bannon situation as it transpires, but as of now, basically to give you guys a summary, he was taking money from Trump's people and putting it into his own expenses, and he finally got caught up today. So you guys let me know in the comments section. 1, do you think Steve Bannon's gonna actually be charged for all this? 2, if Trump is re-elected, do you think he will pardon him? If Joe Biden and Kamala are in office, they won't pardon him? Or how do you guys feel about this? Or are you happy that Trump's people got laundered, taken advantage of with their money? I mean, I don't, I've never been one of those people that supports scamming or anything of that, so I'm not gonna agree with that. But I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Like I said, me personally, I already knew Trump was gonna be in this fishy, sketchy stuff. He's a sketchy man, he does sketchy things, and he's had how many businesses and they've been bankrupt now. So I don't know what to tell you people that thought this was gonna be a successfully ran country. It is what it is at this point. But with Chris, that's why you need to make sure you subscribe, you have the notification bell on, so as soon as I drop these videos, you can like, comment, and participate in the comment section. Share this video with your friends if you enjoyed it. This Chris, I'm out. This motherfucker.